At the height of the Marineford War, young Monkey D. Luffy was still just a novice pirate, an impulsive, courageous boy, but with no mastery over Haki, and a body still limited by the weaknesses of his own inexperienced Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd. Even so, he faced Admirals, Vice Admirals, and even Whitebeard himself in his desperate attempt to save Ace. But now, imagine something completely different. What if, instead of that inexperienced Luffy, it was the current Luffy, the god Nika, who had participated in the Marineford War? And what if, along with him, were Zoro, Sanji, Nami, Usopp, Robin, Franky, Brook, Jinbe, and Chopper, all with the abilities they possess today? Would Ace's fate have been the same? Or would the Straw Hats have completely changed the course of history? The story begins when a mysterious Akuma Nomi, the Kido Nomi, sends the Straw Hat Pirates 2 years into the past, exactly 1 week before Portgas D Ace's execution. Upon arriving, they notice the date in the newspaper and are shocked the Marineford War is about to begin. Luffy, determined, says in a firm voice, "This time no one will die. We will save Ace together." Unlike in the past, he is no longer alone. Now, he has the full strength of his crew, and more than ever, they are ready to face the entire world. In the following days, the group splits to plan everything. Nami, Jinbe, and Robin come up with a strategy to infiltrate Impel down, and even the Navy itself. Meanwhile, Luffy decides to take the same path he already knows, invade Impel down to free powerful allies who can help in the war. With Boa Hancock's help, Luffy infiltrates the prison with no trouble. But this time, everything happens completely differently. Right on the first levels, Luffy easily defeats the Guardian Beasts and frees Buggy, and Mr. 3 Magellan, the feared prison director, tries to stop him, but Luffy, with force superior Haki and speed, defeats him using Gear for Boundment. With a single conch gun, he destroys the poison and knocks out the director, shocking all the prisoners. As he moves through the levels, Luffy encounters Marshal D. Teach Blackbeard, the one who handed Ace over to the Navy. This time, there is no talking. Luffy activates Gear for Snigman and attacks without mercy. Blackbeard tries to absorb the blow with the Yami Yami Nomi, but Luffy's Haki is so intense that the impact throws him through the walls of Impel down. With a final punch, Luffy defeats him and leaves him unconscious, preventing him from stealing the Gura Gura Nomi in the future. Then Luffy frees Crocodile Ivankov, Mr. 2, and several other prisoners, forming an unprecedented war force. Jin, who was also imprisoned, is freed, but sent by Nami and Robin to a safe location, avoiding crossing paths with his past self. A few days later, Ace's execution is about to begin. Marine HQ is on maximum alert. Admirals Akainu, Kizaru, and Aokiji wait alongside Sengoku and Garp, while Whitebeard and his fleet approach the battlefield. Suddenly, a massive shadow appears in the sky. It is the Thousand Sunny descending from the heavens, powered by Franky and Nami, and on the deck stands Luffy with his straw hat swaying in the wind. This time, Ace, I will not let you die. The impact is devastating. The pirates and the Marines are shocked to see the most dangerous crew of the new generation appearing right in the middle of the battlefield. Zoro heads straight toward Dracul Mihawk. The duel between the two swordsmen is beyond imagination. The clash of their blades tears through the air, creating cutting waves that slice across the entire plaza. Mihawk smiles and says, "You have finally become worthy of the title you seek." Zoro replies firmly, "It was because of you that I made it this far." Meanwhile, Sanji faces Kizaru. The Admiral of Light tries to provoke him, but the cook moves so fast that even Light itself cannot keep up, kicks covered in blue. Flames and Haki explode against the Admiral's body, forcing him to retreat. Brook and Franky join forces against Moria and a troop of pacifistas, while Robin uses her power to capture dozens of Marines at once. Usopp and Nami, disguised among the executioners, silently infiltrate the platform where Ace is imprisoned. Chaos takes over Marineford. Whitebeard unleashes his seismic power, splitting the sea in two, and Luffy charges forward through the destruction. When he reaches the platform, Garp tries to stop him, but Luffy knows he has to move on. With tears in his eyes, he shouts, "Grandpa, I'm sorry," and lands a light punch, just enough to move past him. Sengoku, furious, orders execute Ace immediately. But the executioners are actually Usopp and Mr. 2. They pretend to obey, and at the last moment, they free Ace, throwing the keys to Luffy. At the same time, Sengoku transforms into his massive golden Buddha form, but Luffy activates Gearfer and faces him head on. The impact makes the entire base tremble. Ace is free. The brothers reunite in the middle of the war, embraced, surrounded by flames and destruction. When everything seems resolved, Akainu approaches. He insults Whitebeard, calling him a failure of a dead era, and Ace, consumed by rage, decides to face him. They fight with their full power fire against magma, but Akainu gains the upper hand. A precise strike pierces through Ace's body. Luffy screams in despair, his eyes filled with pure fury, and then the entire world changes. His body begins to shine. His hair turns white, the ground turns into rubber, and the sound of laughter echoes across Marineford. The god Nico awakens. Akainu tries to attack, but Luffy turns his fists into giant elastic clouds. Laughing, he deflects the lava strikes as if they were rubber balls. You are fire, then I am the sun. Whitebeard, still standing, joins him. The power of the two creates an explosion so intense it destroys the entire main plaza. In the end, Akainu is defeated. The war stops. The screams of battle fade into silence. Whitebeard looks at Luffy and smiles. You are the man who inherited the will of D. Shortly after, Shanks arrives with his crew, ending the conflict. Sengoku, with no options, accepts the ceasefire. With Blackbeard defeated and Impel down, and Akainu down, the Navy suffers its greatest loss in history. Ace survives Whitebeard too, and the name of Monkey D. Luffy echoes across the world as the man who challenged the gods and won. When everything seems calm, a figure in the shadows watches the world from the empty throne. I'm Usopp opens his eyes and whispers, Joy Boy, your return was inevitable, but the end will be different. And so the bloodiest war of the pirate era ends in a completely different way, marking the beginning of a new era of freedom. And so the greatest war the world has ever seen comes to an end. Marineford is no longer remembered as the place where Ace died, but as the battlefield where a new era was born, an era where the Straw Hats defied fate, defeated the gods, and proved that the will of D never fades. Luffy didn't just save his brother, he changed history itself. The world trembled before the laughter of the sun god Nika, the man who brought light, freedom, and hope even in the darkest battlefield. And beside him, every member of his crew had their moment of glory. Zoro crossed swords with Mihawk and was finally recognized as his equal. Sanji fought the speed of light itself with kicks of blue fire. Nami, Robin, Usopp, Franky, Brook, Jinbe, and Chopper all fought together as one family, an unstoppable force. And now, I want to know what. Do you think if this version of the Straw Hats had really appeared at Marineford, what would have happened? Would Ace have survived the same way? Would Whitebeard have lived a few more years? Or would the entire world have collapsed the moment the sun god awakened before the Marine's eyes? Tell me your theory in the comments below. Would Shanks have stepped in the same way? Would Usopp have revealed themselves sooner after witnessing the true power of Joy Boy? I really want to know what ending you would choose for this alternate timeline of Marineford. And if you like this video and want more crazy what if stories like this, like what if Ace became the Pirate King, or what if Zoro had eaten the Gomu Gomu? Know me then, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next adventure, because here we don't just watch One Piece, we rewrite what fate erased. Share this video with that friend who loves wild theories, and come along with us because the age of dreams is not over and the laughter of Joy Boy will echo forever.